sometimes people will say, well, dead orthodoxy is a oxymoron. It's a contradiction in terms, and it is, certainly. So true orthodoxy, right belief, should be producing right practice, and there would not be anything like dead orthodoxy. But at the same time, if you think of examples like demons in the Bible, for instance, the demons in the Bible, so they certainly believe in Jesus intellectually. They have a head knowledge of Jesus. They're aware of Jesus's claims. They're aware of who he is. They're aware of who he says he is. They're even following him around in a sense. I mean, they're not interested in him. They don't love him, but they're going through the motions of religion. In the Old Testament, and when I say religion, I don't mean to imply that they're worshiping or anything like that, but they know who he is intellectually, but they don't love him. They don't trust him. He's not their savior. In the Old Testament, you had the same problem with Israel and Judah. If you look at the prophets, the big thing that God is always going after them for is formalism in their religion. They go through the motions. They bring the right sacrifices, or they at least attempt to bring the sacrifices. They're at the temple. They're in the synagogues. They're going through the motions, and yet God, time and time again, says, "Yes, but your heart is far from me." And so dead orthodoxy is exactly that. You can have right theology and still be an unconverted person. Or on the flip side, you can be converted. You can also have right theology, but there can be inconsistencies in our life where that theology is actually, it's not lived out. It's not being applied to the ways that we're interacting with our world and living out the Christian life. And so that's the idea of dead orthodoxy. It's that inconsistency that takes place, especially for people who otherwise have good theology.